Hey folks, so welcome back to Let's Play Starcraft 2, Legacy of the Void on Mysterious JG. So I haven't really quite decided, as I record this, how I'm going to handle this, but maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't. Depends really on how much footage I get collected of this game and whether I need to use the failed efforts as uploads. But I was trying to decide between Shakuras and Korhal, and I tried to do Shakuras first, and I ran into what for me has been a little bit of a brick wall. I mean, I could keep going and keep trying and save scumming, but I think it would be really unwatchable for you guys. To beat the second of two Shakuras missions on hard difficulty and get all the bonus objective. The bonus objective, in case I decide not to put up my failed effort, the second of two missions on Shakuras is a hold out for a certain amount of time against infinite spawning forces type of mission. And I can beat the required time to win the mission, but I have not been able to hold out long enough to get the bonus objective, which is to hold out for an additional, I believe it's about 5 minutes of time. I can barely hold out long enough to, and on certain attempts I didn't, but I got to the point where I could hold out long enough to win the mission on hard difficulty, but the extra 5 minutes, it just seemed to be beyond my grasp. So the only reason I did Shakuras first, honestly, is because I talked about this. I even ended a video swearing I was going to do Korhal first and then changed my mind at the beginning of the next video, was because you get a new character who gets dialogue. And I was thinking, oh, well, I don't want to miss dialogue with, well, the unit we get for beating Korhal is not going to be that helpful in the Shakuras missions, but I did realize, oh, we're going to get Solar Burnite. I can use higher-end Spear of ADUN abilities on Shakuras if I beat Korhal first. Whereas right now, my total amount isn't enough for me to use the best abilities. And I could have rejigged things. I never, ever used Chrono Boost. I just didn't have the time or energy to spare. Instead of using Chrono Boost, I was constantly using Orbital Strike. But the Orbital Strike, there's Orbital Barrage, there's Orbital Strike. I forget which one's which, but I was using the weaker one because I didn't have enough Solar Burnite to use the stronger version, and I think I need the stronger version of Orbital Strike to help. I mean, will that really help? Is Shakuras going to be a cakewalk if I do Korhal first? No, it's still going to be really tough, but that might make the difference. So I went and I looked, and there's 2 bits of dialogue that you can get on Korhal that you will only get if you do other things first. And in fact, it's possible to do Korhal and then another option will appear, and you can do that one too before doing Shakuras. 2 sets of missions and then coming back for Shakuras. And if you do that, you unlock a little bit of dialogue that was actually kind of fun. But I don't want to spoil what you see in that dialogue that you don't get to see, because the character who is introduced in the second set of missions is kind of a surprise. But I did check, and Vorazun, the new Dark Templar matriarch, there's one thing she says, and it's one of those, you don't have a dialogue scene between her and Artanis. She has you hover over her and click, and she just says something that it's just a voice acted line, but it's not like an actual cinematic of her and Artanis talking, and what she says is completely generic, and it has to do with Amon being evil, and it really has nothing to do with Terrans. I thought, well, maybe there'll be a little dialogue where, because this tends to happen to Artanis. Other Protoss are like, why do you talk to those Terrans? Those guys scumbags. And he's like, oh, it's for nobility and the human race. Artanis becomes the character who takes up for humanity. So I thought there might be dialogue like that. I don't think there is, unless the video I watched was only dealing with one mission on Korhal and not both missions, but I thought it was doing both. Anyway, what I'm saying is we're doing the Korhal missions, and then I'll come back and we'll try Shakuras again later. And again, I haven't even decided, and am I going to just chuck everything that I took in my first run of Shakuras? Because I beat the first Shakuras mission. Am I going to keep that footage? I'll have to replay both Shakuras missions, but I could record myself replaying the first mission, or I could just do it. I could put it on casual difficulty and just do it in like 10 minutes, and then kick it back up to hard. I don't know, but anyway, we're going to do Korhal missions now.
Ire is lost once more. My great vision of reclamation left in ruins. This shall not stand. The Terrans of Korhal have in their possession the Xel'Naga Keystone, which Zeratul foresaw would lead to our salvation. Though I have not seen Commander Raynor in many solar returns, I believe he will give the Keystone to us.
So from a lore perspective, I wanted to go to Shakuras first. I was going back and forth on what made sense, but I finally went based on, hey, Korhal doesn't give us any characters that we take with for the rest of the story, so there's no sense in doing it early if you're trying to see all the dialogue. But I then realized, as I checked off screen, it's not really very impressive, the dialogue that you're going to miss. But then I was like, oh, well, he would want to go first to Shakuras to get help from the Dark Templar because they're like his fellow Protoss allies. That's the first place he'd turn for help, right? But now I'm thinking about it, it's like, well, yeah, if he's going to if the story has us going to Korhal specifically to get this this magical Xel'Naga relic, and he expresses surprise when he finds out Shakuras is under attack. Now that we know Shakuras is under attack, you would think we would rush to Shakuras to help it, but it does make some sense story-wise. We're going to get this magical Xel'Naga artifact first because we think it's going to help us, and since we don't know Shakuras is in danger, there's no particular reason to rush there. So let's head for Korhal. Korhal. Sons of Korhal. It's having a giant Protoss battleship warp into the orbit of the human homeworld isn't going to cause any consternation at all. Okay, they immediately attack. They don't even, like, ask us what's going on. But apparently we got warp-o-matic power, so that's nice.
This is Commander James Raynor. Artanis? There. Ain't you a sight for sore eyes?
Sorry, I tried to blow you up.
Friend Raynor, you seem rather occupied.
Just another day at the office.
Who are these insurgents?
And why do you always insist on talking all goofy and comic reliefy when you know that Protoss don't get your jokes?
Worlds throughout the sector, leaving few survivors. Each world attacked reported hybrid leaving them.
Oh.
Then truly, no world is beyond Amon's reach.
Well, not Korhal, I guess. But I don't know if that means no world.
Reinforce those bulkheads. Reposition to Mark 7 Alpha. We need to form a battle line.
Things that sound like things but aren't really.
Our orbital defense platform. Looks like they've destroyed its atmospheric stabilizers. It's falling fast. If it crashes, it'll obliterate Augustgrad.
But the rest of the plan will be fine.
Happen, Commander. Engage their fleet and keep their assault at bay.
Like old times, buddy. Like old times.
Yes, many times we have stopped Augustgrad from being destroyed by orbital platforms.
Hierarch, before our armies engage the enemy, it would be wise to review our military capabilities within the War Council.
Sure.
Karax. Even does the
Oh, it looks like you get the same dialogue with him.
The dark. We may not have the column.
Okay. So it looks like we get the same dialogue with Karax, regardless, which kind of makes me wonder what we'll see from him on... Make a note, when we talk to him on Vorazun later, does he say something nice and generic? Or, you know... Because if he says something about Vorazun, I'll be like, oh. Not Vorazun, Shakuras. If he says something at all about Shakuras or Dark Templar, then I'll think, oh, never mind. I guess that might make a difference what order. But it does seem like, yeah, he's just going to ignore the planet you're on and talk generically about what does he need to say at this you know, this mission deep, will he be saying something more that has nothing to do with Korhal or Dark Templar? Now, when we get to Dark Templar land, but it'll be more involved talking about war councils or whatever the fuck.
It seems fate has drawn us together once again, James Raynor.
Yeah, whatever.
I'd call it luck.
Luck is a concept that is purely human in origin.
Or it's fate. That's a real thing that we didn't make up.
Of events, and know there is a grander design behind them.
Yeah, whatever. Get over
It
yourself.
don't matter how you see it. The result's the same. So what brought you all
That's
the
a
way
polite
out
way
here,
of saying
Artanis?
yes. Shut up your ass, Artanis.
Zeratul believed that the artifact in your possession, the keystone, he called it, could guide us to the Zelnaga.
Believe?
Where's Zeratul now?
Yeah, thank you.
The Dark Prelate fell on
He's
Aya.
fallen, and he can't
His
get
last
up.
hope was that I would continue his quest and find a way to stop Amon.
Damn
Oh.
it. Always knew there was only one way this quest of his was gonna end.
His loss
With him being reincarnated as a multiplayer commander
friend.
in the
Went through hell
multiplayer
to get
mode.
that artifact because of his damned fool prophecies. Lost a lot of good men.
I
He wanted
don't
you to
like
have
him.
it. Take it. It's yours. Right now, though, we got a city to save.
You know, your artifact that you're making fun of, didn't it allow you to save Kerrigan? Although that was only temporary, because she returned to being a Zergified monster lady, but, whatever. I think this will also be exactly the same dialogue.
A preserver released from stasis.
She still bears her nerve cords. She is tethered to the collar.
Yeah.
Hold. I am.
Didn't she talk some shit about the Dark
The
Templar?
assembly panel awaits, Hierarch. We may begin whenever you are ready.
That doesn't seem to. Yeah, we'll have her no matter what. But she did. She talked some shit about the Dark Templar, so I guess now she'll talk shit about Terrence.
I have heard only tales of the Grand Preservers. I did not expect
I've heard
to
tales of the
encounter
Space
one aboard this
Olympics.
vessel.
Sorry.
That is not surprising, Hierarch. My sisters and I are unique. Trained from birth to master I have experienced. It is because of this gift.
Your sisters,
Are one. I know this.
a terrible burden.
Yet it is my fate. I trust in their.
Okay. Well, apparently, maybe the second mission. She talked.
The assembly panel allows you to customize your. Now you may choose one of the two factions for use in upcoming battles. These assignments are not permanent and can be altered as our combat needs
Alright, well,
change.
I'm wondering if stalkers really are better. They restore shields. The attack enemy guardian is used for high damage at a slow rate of fire. I think what they're showing us here is that in a straight up fight with nobody using blink, the Dragoons are slightly more powerful. Which is why I feel like I should be using Dragoons, just because of my micro is so shitty. Alright, whatever. Hopefully, I'm hoping this isn't too difficult, because my faith in my own ability to get through this campaign on hard mode was rather shaken by Shakuras. I did good. I was reasonably pleased with how much I had to struggle with Heart of the Swarm. The fact that I didn't force myself to do everything from beginning to end with no save loading made it a lot less stressful than Wings of Liberty had been on hard mode. But I wasn't expecting to run into as much trouble this early as I had with that mission. And I'm hoping that. But I did remember, even playing on normal a couple of months ago, I found that mission to be harder to get the bonus objective than most missions were. So we will see. I'm hoping I can keep it together here. But we'll get Solar Bonite. That's what we
Sky Shield's
need.
in serious trouble, old buddy. If we can't bring it back online, Augustgrad's gonna take a nuclear-sized impact. Mobius Corps soldiers are on the platform now, and those guys are suicidal. Rather die than let us stop them.
Why am I not showing having done these before. I clearly did this mission before. I confused the game. Oh well. There's a timer you're supposed to keep above 4 minutes. 2 stabilizers in 3 minutes of each other. Whatever. I'm not sure why I don't have credit for having beaten these things on normal difficulty, but what did he say? I'm sorry.
Sky Shield's in serious trouble, old buddy. If we can't bring it
Okay.
back on...
He's just saying, old buddy. Sky Shield's got some troubles, partner. Solar Burnite, which can be used to power up the Spear of ADUN. So this is where we start collecting Solar Burnite. And having access to additional Solar Burnite is going to be important. I might even see if I can do this mission chain, and then this will unlock another mission chain that we could also do instead of Shakuras. I might even see if we can put off Shakuras even further. Because Shakuras is going to give us Dark Templar, which I don't really use that much, and they specifically design a mission where Dark Templar are kind of essential on Shakuras. And then those big-ass towers, which are nice and all, but, I mean, I can probably live without the big-ass towers.
This ain't good. Sky Shield's not gonna last much longer. At this rate, we've got maybe 10
We might be
minutes
looking at
left
some
till
kind of
land's
sky
down on
fall.
the capital.
Your suspicions were correct, Commander. Mobius Core is disabling the platform's atmospheric stabilizers as we speak.
The damage appears repairable, Hierarch.
Yeah, assuming Mobius Core leaves anything left to repair.
So the story is that Mobius Core is now attacking the Terran Dominion.
That should buy us some extra time.
We must move quickly. It will take the combined power of all 5
I thought we killed
stabilizers to
Narud
halt the
last
platform's
time.
descent.
In the last game, didn't we? Well, whatever.
The central stabilizer is nearby. Securing it first will deliver us a staging ground to assault the other 4.
At any rate, we're given some resources as a thing to tempt us out of our base. I do tend to favor. Oh, what am I doing? I was trying to grab a probe and bring it out here, and I guess I misclicked.
By blood and fire, we shall be reborn.
Uh-huh.
Mobius Core is moving against us. Karax, activate the Spear of Adun's weapons cluster.
Okay, our weapons cluster's being activated now.
Systems online. Prepare for orbital strike.
I guess we get this explained to us no matter what mission we do. Well, we're not really orbiting Sky Shield, are we? I guess Sky Shield is orbiting a planet that we're orbiting, so it's kind of indirect orbital striking. I don't think that would actually have taken out a Thor. That was a plotted up version of
Orbital strikes can now be fired from the Spear of Adun's command panel, Hierarch.
Yeah, it didn't even kill these guys. Let's see if that's enough.
calculations updated.
Commander, your construction vehicles can begin the repairs.
Thanks, Artanis.
Yeah, whatever.
My boys are putting a sensor tower here. Should alert you if Mobius Core swings through this area.
I am detecting an electromagnetic weapon ahead. Its pulse will slowly damage our shields. We should destroy it if possible. Completing bonus objectives will allow me to improve the Spear of ADUN's power level in the future.
Looks like I misplaced that cannon slightly, but it's alright. Okay. And another gateway here. Because eventually I'm gonna want lots and lots and lots of probably mostly ground warriors, but a couple of zealots are 100. I have to remember that. Protoss forces are a little bit more expensive than most of our friends. Oh, those are Raiders, okay. Alright, should get a couple more warp gates going, because I'm not going to be able to build anything fancy. So I might as well start massing up on zealots. And I'll need a couple of dragoons as well, but... Oh. And warp in another,
Mobius Core is mobilizing an attack against our nexus point. Rally our defenses.
You must construct additional pylons.
I don't know if those are flyers or not. Let's have our zealots nearby just in case. We need additional pylons, so. Alright, they were not. Alright, let's get going. Hoping this would be relatively easy compared to what we dealt with previously. Eternally raw. So try to remember, I do have special powers of blast and stuff. Everybody got killed, huh? That's not good. So that kind of sucked. I got everybody murdered. I think I need a couple more warp gates. Because I'm already doing...
Sky Shield's descent is rapidly approaching critical.
Yeah, I know.
We must repair a stabilizer, quickly.
Okay, so this time we're going to need to... We're going to go ahead and use our orbital strike and not just manually attack.
I walk the shadowed path. Give us your command.
Give us Barabbas. We'll probably have a... Oh, here we go. No. I feel like we'll have a better opportunity in a minute. But I can warp in some guys here.
Our time is nearly gone. We must secure a stabilizer, quickly.
I walk the shadowed path.
Understood. They think I'm taking my time. I don't feel like I am, but...
Mobius core is deeply entrenched in that location. An orbital strike would help weaken their defenses. Revising durability estimates.
Nice work. Got a repair crew inbound. Heads up. Looks like Mobius core is starting to reinforce the stabilizers. Expect some heavier resistance.
Crap. Alright, so they're gonna make it harder.
Our blades meet the enemy. I have returned. I have returned.
My conjecture was correct. These solarite reactors can be used to improve the solar core's energy output. I detect 2 more of these devices on the platform. If possible, you should seek them out.
My command is law, dudes. Get that through your heads now.
I walk the shadowed, engaging foe. Input command.
Alright, let's fight our way up here. Damn it, I knew I was gonna blow it.
Warning, Hierarch. If we do not repair Sky Shield soon, we will be unable to stop its descent. Warping aboard the solarite reactor now.
You must construct additional pylons.
Damn it, I must construct additional pylons.
Our blades meet the enemy. The Shadow God.
Okay,
Our blades meet the enemy. You have not enough. I have returned. I walk the shadow.
I feel like, that pylon's gonna go down, but... Oh, can these guys retake those things?
Stabilizer has been cleared of enemy forces.
Gotcha. Repairs underway. Man, you're sure pissing Mobius Corps off. A lot of troops guarding the stabilizers. Make sure you got enough forces to engage.
Yeah, taking out this base is probably a good idea, even if it's not specifically,
Our pylon is under attack.
I have returned. I walk the shadow. I have returned. I walk the shadowed path. Make use of me.
okay.
Nice work cleaning out that base, Artanis. Raiders, let's keep this ground secure.
And, not lose more bases as we have done in the past. Okay, it might be that I should have held out for more orbital strike to use here, but
Durability calculations updated.
Only one stabilizer still remains in enemy hands.
only one little
We
tiny
must
bit of
make
solar
haste.
bonite. Okay, let's get some more zealots. Or centurions. I guess they are. Oh. Didn't expect that. Alright, let's get the extra solar bonite here, and we'll have one more big old throwdown we'll need to do. So we'll want to have that orbital strike saved up for that.
The final solarite reactor is being warped aboard now. I will begin installing them as soon as possible.
Is this the way to get to... Okay, this is the last thing. So, warp in whatever we're gonna do. Whatever we can afford, which ain't too much more. Alright. Alright, in we go. Orbital strike is prepared. I guess this last fight's not as big a deal as I thought it might be. Like whatever they threw at us it's done. But I got the bonus objectives. That felt easier than anything we did on Shakuras, including the one that we actually beat on the first try. It just was really close.
Admiral Horner will
I didn't. Well, no, we did lose once, didn't we? Because giant super monster destroyed our cannons or whatever was happening there. But yeah, for some reason the achievements are not. I don't know why none of those things lit up. Whatever. We got the solar bonite. So happy victory time. We killed about 3 times as many units as we lost. And actually a little bit less than 3 times. Killed more units than we owned. That's kind of normal. But we got to one point, we were 46 seconds away from impact, so that's not great. Anyway, let's continue the Spirit of ADUN. Overall, just that was a whole lot more chill than the Shakuras missions. So I do believe these are supposed to be done first. These are supposed to be the easiest missions after you get off Ire.
That's a hell of a thing your boys did, Artanis. Sky Shield is back online. We're about to call down the cavalry.
We will join you on the surface and extract the keystone.
For big time fun.
I got some bad news for you. Seems our friends below had the same idea. While we were fighting to get planetside, the Imperial Palace was raided. Security data indicates the keystone was taken. My mama used to have a saying, when it rains, it floods.
Your mother is of no interest to me, Raynor.
Helpful, friend Raynor.
Me either. Wait a minute.
Raynor, your insistence on folksy humor when you know it bothers me has made you my enemy. Prepare to meet in battle. Alright, whatever. So friend Raynor is
requires your attention, Hierarch. Please visit it at your earliest convenience.
So if we had beaten Shakuras first, we'd have what's her name, Ladyface would be standing over here, Vorazun, Matriarch, Benezia, whatever. And instead of there being a little picture of a word balloon, you would have this little eyeball symbol, and you'd click her, and she would say, generic Protoss dialogue, and it wouldn't really have anything to do with Korhal or anything like that. So that is what we missed by me not being able to pull off that tower defense mission on hard difficulty and get the bonus objectives.
James Raynor. I should have known that fate would draw him into Amon's war.
Perhaps it is as a result of my luck. Wait, I know what fate is, but I don't know what luck is. Never mind, I forgot.
It's looking bad, Artanis. A lot of dead people down there. We gotta take these bastards out.
How does their parents not being married affect their...
Amon's thrall?
They were assigned to some top-secret details, running security at Dr. Narud's hybrid research labs. After Valerian re-established the government, the Mobius Foundation went dark.
Real dark, like dark MAGA.
Crazed. Next thing we know, the attack started.
Then Amon has turned them into his slaves. An army.
An army
They
of
are dangerous,
warrior
but
slaves.
they are only
Pretty
the
cool.
start of the war to come.
You always were the optimistic sort.
What do you mean by optimism? I am familiar only with the concept of fate. All other concepts are completely foreign to me. Have the War Council? Oh, we didn't unlock anything, so... yeah, we unlock a unit on this mission. We didn't unlock anything in that last one.
I must remind you, our sacred law, the ADUN, clearly forbids us to interfere with lesser beings.
Oh, screw off.
Unless there is a direct threat to the Empire. Your choice to aid these
Well, there is a direct threat to the Empire. Like, there really is.
Why do you assume that they are lesser beings, Rohana?
Yeah, this was the dialogue. I figured there'd be somebody talking smack about Terrans. I thought it might be Farazun, but it's not.
They communicate communicate through
Gaze upon them.
orifices, mouths.
It's nasty.
Many, including myself, once thought as you do.
That their mouths are
But I have
gross.
seen their nobility. In time, you will also.
Their eyes don't even glow all weird. What the fuck, man? Talking with mouths, non-glowy eyes.
The Solar Matrix Core. Truly an impressive sight.
Alright, I'm gonna skip this because they
Select the
crashed
core
our
to
game
start
before.
reviewing your options, Hierarch.
You look different, Phase Smith.
Ah, you must be...
Yeah, you must be referring to the fact that I built arms like some kind of weirdo.
This array displays an overview of the Spear of ADUN's weapon and support systems. Each system can only be configured to have one active ability at a time. You may select different abilities to complement your tactical decisions in different battles, Hierarch. Our current available Solarite is displayed here. Any leftover
So,
Solarite
I'll just
can be
talk right
routed
over
to
this
our
guy.
auxiliary
This is
systems.
what I was looking at last, I was thinking about before. We have 40 Solar Bernite, which is the same amount we had. But we will earn more Solar Bernite in this mission. We'll earn some Solar Bernite in the first mission on Shakuras. We'll have more Solar Bernite at our disposal. We may even have this set of abilities. I don't remember for sure. But just having more Solar Bernite, I'll probably get rid of Chrono Surge. Excuse me, I was trying to use it last time, and it's great for getting your upgrades built, but when you only get the first tier of upgrades, it doesn't really matter. Not to mention the fact that I didn't have time to use it last time. But once we have 50, I can either use Warp and Reinforcements, which I probably won't bother with. I will instead be using Solar Lance instead of Orbital Strike. So Orbital Strike, you do 5 lasers, and each does 50 damage. This does 3 laser beams that deal 200 damage each. So you might be like, well, what the hell, JG? This is like 500 damage total, and this is 600 damage total, and you get to use them once a minute. You really think that's going to make a big difference? It might not. I might still be boned when I try to do this Shakuras Tower defense mission, but this does like a little area of effect. So you'll get... It's frustrating to use on enemies that are moving, but you'll be able to like wipe out weaker enemies. If I had a little bit more luck with aim, or if I could actually was paying enough attention to hit them as they're gathering, as they're at their muster points. Like the one where I'm really getting screwed at the end, well, the hybrid units, and they're going to be tough no matter what, but the banelings just like wipe out your first row of stuff. I also wasn't doing a brilliant job of leaving spaces for my probes to get in and rebuild stuff, but I think Solar Lance will make a difference. I think it will be far more effective than Orbital Strike. And I might even have, like I said, if this third set of stuff is unlocked, that will be helpful too. But for now, I mean, I could use Temporal Field to freeze stuff. Let's do that just so I can find out whether or not it kills enemies. And we'll put the rest on construction time. Because I don't think I care too much about Chrono Surge in this, when I've only got the level 1 upgrades to work with anyway. Alright.
Mobius Corps is making their way to Bennett Port with the artifact. We gotta stop them before they get away with it.
Those jerks. Alright, so when we come back next time, guys, brothers in arms, recover the Keystone. We will be facing the Mobius Corps. We will have the Immortal, an Assault Strider that can use Barrier to absorb damage. They are expensive, but they are just a whole lot tankier than anything else that we've got access to right now. And kind of anything else. Like, they are one of the tankier units in the game. But, other than siege tanks. And they are tankier in these, they can absorb damage sense of the word than siege tanks are. But yeah, when we come back next time, we will be going after 15 Solar Bernite. Once again, I don't know what happened, why the achievements aren't working, but We're supposed to destroy 80 or more enemies affected by disruption. I guess we'll figure that out later. And do not let your allies lose more than 5 base structures. This is, yeah, this one we actually have allies. It'll be interesting. And it'll be next time. See you then.